Good morning, Stanton, and welcome back to me, just relaxing, kind of having a little bit of fun, doing some mining, not really trying to get too much done before the patch drops. This is part 2 of me just heading up my Prospector. I've actually kind of done this in a reverse way. You're seeing the end result of me changing up some of my mining heads. I've decided to do that, and then I've decided I'm going to put the footage of me actually talking about that a little bit more and going through some of the modules and some of the items at the end. So this is the end result. This is me going out and looking for some Quantanium. And this, I actually lucked out quite a bit because, as you have maybe seen, I like to go into uncouple mode, fly straight for a bit, and coast to kind of get away from where you first jump into the point of where you're mining. This is CRU L3, and then slow down, go back into flight, and start scanning. But I passed an asteroid on my way, and it is this one here. It's a nice, large Quantanium asteroid, and you can see this new mining head. The big difference, and I'll go through this later, but you notice how much smoother it was. There's not a lot of instability going up and down. I've also used a surge module there, which will get me to the sweet spot a lot quicker, and I'm already cracking this rock. So quite quickly you can crack these big rocks, knowing how to use the modules and changing up your mining head. So this mining head is a lot smoother, a lot easier to use. The fluctuations up and down aren't nearly as great, so you're a lot easier able to stay in the green zone and do some of the mining. And this should only take maybe about 4 or 5 minutes to crack this rock and start extracting, and then we're gonna head home and start refining, and then we'll head out again. So there we go, we've just cracked it for the first time, and now I'm just kind of scanning these rocks here, just trying to find out where the Quantanium is, which rocks need to be broken up. So it used to kind of memorize it a little bit better. I used to be able to scan every single rock and then go back and quickly look at them, and they tell me what was inside them, what wasn't. But now it seems like every once in a while you kind of forget and have to rescan a rock. But this one here, 100% Quantanium. So this, I'm not even going to bother scanning the little pieces that come off. Break this rock and then move on to the next, and you know that all the rocks that come off this are going to be 100%. So we're just going to be breaking this apart. We're going to be looking at it, and then we're going to go start breaking another one, getting it all done. Now, one good thing to do once you're ready to extract is just to kind of remember where the 100s are, because those are the ones you want to start out with. Fill up your ship with as much pure Quantanium as you can of the raw ore, and then you start taking some of the other ones. You might get something, maybe a little bit of borate, maybe a little bit of laranite, but if you don't, if you're picking up something else, it doesn't really matter, because you just decide not to refine that when you're in the refinery. So we're checking out this one here, a fairly high quality, or very high quantity, I should say, of Quantanium. So I'm going to break this one. There's always a good chance that more 100% rocks will come off this, but this one you are going to have to scan the little ones that break off and see the quality of the rocks that have come out. So I'm going to do a little bit more of this breaking. You can watch this here, but then I'm going to switch over. I'll just do a little bit of a jump cut. You don't need to see me break all these little pieces. That's not the most exciting part. It's not breaking the big piece. And then we'll get into extraction and we'll head out. But overall, from the beginning of when you saw me coming up to this rock to me heading to Faithful Dream, it was about 6 minutes. I'm going to cut it down, maybe a little bit less. It might have been, maybe I'll take about a minute out here. So take about a minute of me breaking this, and then we'll be back. So we're back to now the extraction point. So I've been looking at all these rocks, kind of checking out what are they, what percentages. What I like to do is I like to memorize how many 100% I have. Let's say there's 4, 5, 10, never 10, never that lucky. Let's say there's 5. You know there's 5 100% rocks. Then I say how many are over 50% or 60%. And I memorize that number, and maybe that's 1 or 2. And then how many are over 30? Maybe that's 2. And you go down from there. That way, when I'm extracting, all I need to do is find and extract 4 100%. Once I'm done the 100%, I got all 4, then I know there's at least 2 over 40. So then I go and find over 40, I take it, over 40, take that one. Then I know I'm done all those larger ones, move down to the next step until your ship is full. But usually you can get quite a good fill on a bigger rock. A rock that's a high percentage, sometimes you'll have more than enough. You'll actually be leaving Quantanium behind because you filled up your Prospector and you're going. And it's about, maybe about a 240, 260,000 UEC. I can't remember how much you get for a full load once it's refined and once you're selling. But you can see there that one was a little bit low. I'm still looking for some of the higher ones. Some of these have to be rescanned. This is the issue I was talking about where the game has forgotten how much you had in there. But going through here, looking for some more. Sometimes if you can't get it to scan, you actually have to kind of hit it a little quickly with the extractor and then stop, and then it'll start scanning again. These are all little issues that I think have to do with server desync. I'm not sure exactly what's the cause, but hopefully they're getting ironed out. Hopefully this is going to get smoother and smoother, because I'll talk a little bit later about some of the problems you're still having with Prospector mining, but at least the extraction, you can see this works so beautifully. Look at this, just pulling all that material in. It's not like the rock mining where you got your material being flung all over the place and having to go find them or pick them up or just wait forever. Once the extraction's working, it's working nice and smooth. But here I'm just looking at the percentages, trying to find the highest ones. Once I got the highest ones, I'm just going to work down from there, lower and lower until I run out of space, cargo space. You can see in the right corner of the HUD there. So here I'm trying to scan because it wasn't scanning. So I've gone into V for scan mode. Not letting me really scan that easily there. Gonna go back into mining, and maybe I'll just start hitting it with the extraction beam. I can't recall what I did, but one of them will get it to start scanning. Yeah, that one's scanning, but I already knew that one's an all-right size, so I'm gonna start pulling it in. Almost done. And one thing I like to do, I think I mentioned this before, is preset my destination. So you can see a little arrow on the left side of the screen just under the sun there. That is the marker pointing me towards HORL2, towards Faithful Dream. So as soon as I'm done extracting, I hit B and start swinging over, and I'm already set. My route's already set. I'm already heading back to the refinery. It's the quickest way. You can see this little pop-up on the bottom of the right side there telling me how many minutes left I have for Quantanium before it starts to go unstable and explodes. So I'm already heading back, scrolling up. I didn't need to press F2. I didn't need to set my route. Off I go to Faithful Dream. I'm going to go and refine this and head back out and get a little bit more. Little bit more. Little bit of... sounds nice. So here we are, Faithful Dream. I requested a landing. We're just waiting for them to tell me where to go. I'm kind of hoping it's to the left there, so I'm kind of looking at those. But nope, it's over there on the other side of this refinery arm, whatever it is. I got to go all the way over these landing pads to this one here. I'm going to head in for a landing. Landing gear is already down, so that you don't have to worry about that. Always get in the habit of using the landing gear. Always hit N before you land. If you saw my video of me trying the raft during the expo for the first time, I definitely made that mistake, and the landing gear wasn't down. I'm just sitting on the ground trying to figure out why the elevator was not working. Oh, this is when I saw another prospector there. Did not check them out? Oh yeah, I did. So hit V. I just wanted to see who this was. Who's out mining? Who is it here? So I just thought I'd scan it while it's here. I got plenty of time because I've said it. Mad Dog, good luck on your mining. So because I set my route before I left, because I broke apart all the rocks before I started extracting, you have so much time. The yellow light hasn't started blinking here. I'll talk about that later. So I have at least 10 minutes to get from here to the refinery deck. Plenty of time because of how fast you can operate once you extract and go. Don't extract while you're still breaking rocks. Don't take the time to kind of look around. Just get your stuff. I always like to check to make sure my ladder is going back up. I'm heading in. I stored my ship, and now I'm heading into the refinery deck. So another cut here because you don't need to see that. Try it again to see if this kiosk is working. Still not. Hasn't at all for all the times I've been mining. Hasn't worked. So still kind of annoying. If you want to sell items, you're kind of being forced to refine right now. I went to another refinery, still not working. So kind of an issue. I'll also talk a bit maybe later about these screens and their impact for future in the game, but maybe I'll do that in another video. So here we are. We're checking the Quantanium. We're going to use the Dinix solution, and we're going to set this job. There you go. It's going to take some time. And then I'm going to head back out, and we're going to do yet another asteroid. So I had good luck finding another asteroid. We're going to see this one here. This one here, we're having another one. 25%, not massive, but not bad at all. So while I'm doing this one, I'll talk a little bit about some of the issues that are still happening with prospector mining. One is you're still going to find, this is not so much an issue, it's just a matter of life, of reality. You're going to find some rocks that are not worth it. You're going to find some small quantanium rocks that only have maybe 2%, 1%, 5%, even 10%. If you're really looking for the big payouts, you might be skipping those rocks. Those are still out there, and more than not, more likely you're going to find those in the asteroid fields. So after this, I'm going to be starting to head planet side, which is a little harder to do, but the payout is a lot bigger. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. Also, you're going to find a lot of unscannable rocks, and you can get super close to them. You can try getting out of your seat, getting back in. You can try waiting around. Eventually, you might be able to scan them, but this is a huge issue, and I'm sure this is something to do with server desync as well. So it's kind of an issue that's not really fixed yet, and does make mining in asteroid fields very annoying. The other one, if you are not the person that is going to be getting ready to go right away, extracting and going, and you're cutting it close and you're coming in, you really got to hope that you don't get stopped for a security scan, because that happened to me coming in recently. I still had about maybe 8 or 9 minutes on there, so plenty of time, but you get the request to stop so they can scan your cargo before you can move on, and if you don't stop, you're going to get a fine. So really make sure you have enough time getting back so that if you get stopped by security, you still got plenty of time. So that's another one. If something happens, if you're running out of time, that light in the corner starts blinking yellow. That's, I think, at around the 10-minute mark, and after that it's going to start blinking a little bit harder, a little faster. You're going to get to red. That's when you're getting really, really critical. You're really going to want to make sure you're not leaving yourself such a little bit of time. Unfortunately, the time left doesn't display anywhere that you can see unless you hit M. So you hit M for mining mode, and in the bottom corner you're going to see the instability. You're going to see how much time you have left, but they should really put it by the yellow light. The yellow light is an indicator telling you you're getting close, but a little time remaining would be a lot handier. So that's it. This is mining asteroids in the field. Soon I'll be showing some planet-side mining and where I go for planet-side mining and how it's a little bit easier than the asteroid mining here, but I just wanted to kind of fly around the asteroid fields. Hadn't done that in a while, and like I said, this is just more for fun, waiting for the patch. So we're now going to do a little bit of a switch to what happened before this. Me in Faithful Dream, maybe starting the refinery deck. I can't remember where I started talking about what I was going to do, and when I recorded that, I hadn't decided where this was going to go. Originally this was going to go behind that, but now it's in the front. So we'll go there. We'll talk about the mining head, why I chose what I chose. I might go up to the Helix one day and try that one out and see how that works. But with the new gadgets coming out, that might be what makes me make that decision. So we're off to there. So in my last mining video, I decided that I wasn't going to get a new mining head because I didn't know if I might lose it during the upgrade to the 3.17, but I've decided, because it's so hard to use the Impact, it's not really a good mining head, I'd get a newer one. Now, the Helix is a fairly expensive one. You can see here, it's over 100,000. It's the most expensive one. In my opinion, it's not the best one. It does reduce instability by 30%. It does reduce resistance by 10%. The optimal window, so that green bar, does get 15% larger. If you accidentally explode something, the shatter damage from this laser is a lot bigger. It can do a lot more damage to your ship. But the good plus of this is the all charge rates plus 20%. That means when you're filling up that green bar, when you're staying in the zone, 20% faster. But this is not the one I like. I like the Lancet. The Lancet one's down here. You can see instability. It makes the fluctuations up and down from an asteroid a lot less, minus 75%, minus 75% resistance. Optimal charge window is 40, and then it takes a lot longer to fill up the bar, minus 30%. That is the trade-off. Still, in my opinion, worth it. And look at 23,500. So I'm definitely going to buy one of those, confirm. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to buy a new Lancet. I also haven't played in a couple days after my last time, so before I go back out mining, we're just going to go do a little bit of work here. First, I'm going to check.
Hi, good to have you back.
It doesn't show up, but there's nothing in the Prospector, so still not necessarily. This is definitely done by now. I haven't checked yet, but there's no reason this isn't done. 0 here, but there is completed 1. This is kind of messed up. It shouldn't look like that, but we're going to begin. We've got a completed work order. Select storage option, Nomad. Will 8.53 fit in there? Total space, 2,400 out of 853. Definitely will fit in. This is how you sell your work orders. You choose what ship. If I had a couple other ships here, maybe when I go and fly the Nomad off, what I'm going to do is at the same time I'm going to take the Cutlass and claim it or bring it back here, so I have that ship here as well. But you could decide which ship you're going to put into it, and if the ship's not big enough, I don't know if it'll even let you put in there, or maybe you'll lose some, but if I had 3 work orders here and they all total less than 2,400, I could select them all at once and collect them and put them in there. But I'm going to put collect. Yes, I wanted my Nomad, and now the Nomad currently has the work in there. When Cargo Refractory comes up, that's going to be a bit different. When Cargo Refractory comes up, I'm assuming you're going to have to go and physically load all those items in yourself somehow. I believe that is the plan, because along with Cargo Factory, I think they want a hangar that you're going to be able to be in for some time and physically load your items in. That seems to be where this is heading, but for now, all that means is that the Nomad is now loaded up. Oh, why am I in there? Hangar and Habs. That's where I want to go. I'll close the door. If I pull out my ship now, you should see the boxes in the ship. That might not work because this is Quantanium, and from what I recall, Quantanium doesn't show up physically in your ship. But if I had things like borace or diamonds or anything else, the items would show up in the ship as boxes that would be taking up some of the cargo space. If I leave the ship there for days, it's fine. It's always going to be in there. If I claim that ship, if I file a claim at another location, the cargo will be lost. I will lose all of the Quantanium that I have in the ship. So instead, what I'm going to do is right now, I'm going to go, I'm still at Faithful Dream. I'm going to head over to maybe trying to decide. Either ArcCorp is an easier place to sell at, but Lorville is closer, so maybe I'll just go to Lorville. That's what I'm going to do. Before I do that, I'm going to go to our ship vehicle loadout manager. We're going to select the Prospector. We're going to go to utility, and we're going to put the Lancet on, and then with that, we're going to put a surge. I'm not going to bother with the optimum. I don't think I'll need it to make a larger charge window, and we're going to save changes. So now the Lancet head is now on my ship, which is awesome. All right, and then we're going to go over to the vehicle retrieval console. We're going to claim. Oh, that's at Shubin. I don't know why. And we're just going to let that run. So, well, I get my Nomad. The Cutlass is coming back here. That way, next time I have some refinery jobs, hopefully the Cutlass will be here. I'll be able to use it. Pad 4? Is that what it was? Yes, okay. Guess I could have looked there. Pad 4. We are going to head to Lorville, and we're going to go sell the items, but we'll just stick around here before I make a cut. We're going to see if physically the cargo shows up in the Nomad. Now, the Nomad's going to be kind of an interesting thing when cargo becomes physicalized also, because it's one of the ships that can easily have your goods stolen, because the cargo area is exposed to space. You can see here. Yeah, see? It didn't show up. There's no boxes in here. No boxes. So normally, if you get something in the back here, there's going to be boxes that you can see, but with Quantanium, it doesn't show up physically, so you can't actually see it in there, but there should be boxes filling up the back of that ship there. So I'm going to climb in here. I'm going to set my route, fly over to Hurston, to Lorville, land. You don't need to see all that. And then we'll be back in a moment when I am on the train heading towards the central business district. In fact, maybe what it'll be, we'll be in the spaceport. We'll come back in the spaceport, and I'll show you where you go in order to sell your refined goods at Lorville. Each city is going to have a different place, but you definitely have to go to a city. You're not going to be able to, take something like Quantanium or any of your refined goods and go to another station. You're definitely going to have to go to one of the major cities in order to sell the goods. So, in a moment, I will be back.
Engine systems enabled.
So we're coming in to Lorville. I know I said I would come back while we were at a spaceport, but I had to start recording again. Look at this. Look at this. Look at how beautiful this game is. Every time. Just little things like just coming in for a landing at night, sun setting. This will be one of the last times I see this, because when the next patch comes out, there's going to be clouds. It's going to change the whole look of this planet. It's going to look entirely different. I don't know if it'll look better or worse. From space, I kind of have the feeling it looks a little worse. I really don't like how the clouds look from space. They're a little bit, makes the planet look a little bit too lumpy. I wish there was more of a ceiling on the clouds that kept them a bit lower, at least from space. But from the ground, it might look spectacular. Right now, there's just like a little bit of a wisp in the background, but look at how, like, just what perfect timing. Another few seconds and I would have missed that sunset, but it's coming down here. Let's just enjoy that sunset as it's just going down there below the horizon. And then we're going to head into the spaceport. And we're going to go land our ship. A little bit of a sliver. Oh, look how it turns like that red color. And that's it. The sun is down. This is also going to be one of the last few times that I'm either going to have to use a MFD or go into my Moby class in order to request a landing, because soon, I gotta end this comms, it's been on the whole time, soon, one button landing request. Very, very, very excited about that. There we go. Wants us to request. Yes. Now let's do it. Now let's request a landing. Or did it tell me it was restricted? Is that what that was?
Please proceed to assign landing.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so where are we landing? Where are we going? There we are. Let's get down there. Now, I already got my gear down. I did remember that. We're going to head into the space station, and once we're there, then we are going to head towards the trains, but we're not going to take the usual one that gets you to the Habs area, to L19. We're going to be taking the train to CBD, to the Central Business District. So here we are here. Oh, a little bit of a weird landing. Engines off, let's stand up, and let's go. This is a nice ship. The landing gear, I've never been a fan of the floaty landing gear, but the rest of the ship, the interior, the handling, this ladder, that I've always been a fan of. I find it really cool. So, we'll go here, take a little look around. Oh, I was wondering if that was lootable. I have not found any... Just sit on them. I've not found any loot crates in cities. I'm not sure if they are something that exists. You can understand why I'm a bit confused about what is happening over here with these dudes. What are you doing? Why are you over here? Alright. Enough of that. Let's head in. Hello, sir. We're going to go to the spaceport. And from the spaceport, getting to CBD in Lorville, very easy. Arguably, if you're going to start out in a place knowing you're going to sell stuff later, Area 18 is better. The trade district is a lot closer to the Habs. With Lorville, one way or another, you're going to have to take a train. It's a little extra step, but as it stands here, not too bad. You have to take one train to get to the spaceport, and then from there, another train to Central Business. Central Business. Go through here. Zigzag. Now, when you get to this sign, we see this advertisement. You're just going straight across to this green line here, Central Business District. That's where we're heading. So instead of going from this train station here, which is when you arrive, to Metro Center, you're going to head to the green line here. Green line, going in. Got 41 seconds. And there we are. So we are here From your Habs, you're taking the spaceport line, and then you're taking the green line to here. From your Habs, you can also take any of the gates to the ground-based vehicles, and then I never really go on that line. I don't think, is that a line available? It must be. I don't think I've ever really gone on there. I'm gonna have to check that out one time. Wait a little longer, but you don't have to wait. I'm gonna do another cut here, and when we get off the train in the business district, I will come back to you, show you where to go. It has been a while, but I'm sure I remember where we're going. So we have just gotten off the train. We are now in Central Business District. All this above me, all this you see here, this is that giant building that looms over the city. We are now underneath the city, and how horrifying that is to see out of the corner of my eye and catch me off guard. Sorry, sir. Can't really do anything for you. Everyone else seems to be ignoring you, but alright. He should not be there. We're gonna head in to this building here. We've seen it all before. This is where you can actually look at some of the weaponry, some of the different items that are available for sale for shipped weapons in the game. Produced here by Herson Dynamics. We're going to go through here, and then we're going to take a little bit of a left here to transfers entrance right here. I'm going to go through this way. Now there's lots to look at, lots to read here. Definitely during my kind of series of just kind of exploring and looking at things, I'm going to look more into that, but this is where we want to go right here. Now if you're ever looking for Konstantin Hurston, you've seen him in my other videos. There he is up there in his office. Just go around this corner, you can see him. But this is what we're looking for. This is the trade consoles. Try to find one where you can see. Like, don't stand like this so that stupid light is blocking your way. Just kind of get there. Go use. Now you could buy things here. Like, let's say I wanted to put stuff into my Nomad. I get some scrap and waste. Who cares? We're going to do some selling though. Selecting. Do I have anything in the local inventory? No. There are some stuff that I can sell, but not here. They're at the city admin. But here we go. Nomad. Quantanium. Each unit is 88 UEC. So, that 853 that I got, which is about maybe a quarter-ish, maybe a little less of what I could hold in my Nomad, 75,000. Wasn't much, but you remember that wasn't a really huge asteroid. It was about 17%, 75 grand for that. So, not bad, but I'm definitely going to be looking for bigger rocks now that I have the better laser. On top of that, you want to do more than one refinery job. Spend a day mining. Go mining, start putting jobs into the refinery, and then one day load up a ship. The larger the ship, the better. For one run, you can put more in it, and you just start filling it full of your goods and making runs to come sell here. You can even, if you have multiple ships that can hold gear, like I could put, where am I going? Wrong way. Head to transit. I could put some stuff in the Nomad, some stuff in the Star Runner, and then, oh, not the Star Runner, the Cutlass Black. I don't know why my brain kind of froze there. So I can put some stuff in both ships and have them stored there. Then I don't have to go all the way back to refinery deck to load up for each run. I only have to load up the ships once, transfer them all, bring them all back, and start again. So that would be the best way of doing it. But now that I have the new mining laser on my Prospector, I'm going to head back to Faithful Dream. I'm going to try doing a little bit more asteroid mining again. Maybe that'll be seen at the end of this video. Maybe at the beginning of this video. I might kind of do this backwards and kind of now do some mining. And if I find something, I'll kind of start out showing you the new laser and then showing this. Or I might show it later. I might show it in a moment. You'll know before me. Well, obviously, because I don't know yet, and you'll know soon enough. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to head out, do a little more mining. Won't be able to do much today, maybe not a lot tomorrow, so we're getting kind of close where I'm kind of pushing it. You don't want to have refinery jobs in the refinery when a patch drops, because they are all gone, but I'm not super concerned if I lose the jobs or not, because I'm still going to come out ahead. You know, I spent 20 grand on that beam, but I made 75, so I got almost 1.5 million now. I can go buy another ship if I want. Think about that. But instead, we're just going to do some mining, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut here, and maybe we'll do a little ending of the video, or maybe we'll do more mining. Haven't decided. So as we come in to Lorville, you now know I decided to kind of switch things up, put things in a little bit of a backwards order, having the second part I filmed the first. You will also notice something very different, and that is looking at the ship. You'll see I am in an Andromeda, one of the bigger size. I think they consider these a small. Oh, I can't remember. Are they like a small capital? I can't remember if they actually consider it a capital or not. It is not my ship. I'll tell you that right now. I do not have an Andromeda. I've hardly ever flown one of these, but rentals in this game are relatively cheap. This is about 70,000 for the day, which does sound expensive. However, considering how much time it saved me to transfer goods, I thought it was worth it. So here I am. It's a big ship. I'm not really used to this ship at all, or how it handles, so bear with me as I wedge it into the hole here in Lorville. The reason why I rented the Andromeda is because I could fit in a lot more of the refined goods. I was quite successful in oh, look at that. See, I still hit. In my mining, that I had a lot of jobs to fill, and the Cuddy Black, although I love it, holds about a third of what this ship does. So taking the Andromeda cut the amount of times I had to take runs. The reason I'm at Lorville here with this ship now is I filled up the Cuddy, flew it here to the spaceport, then landed, got the Constellation, which was here. I had to go somewhere else to rent it. And then once it was here, is that always visible from the outside? Maybe those are windows? No, that's definitely an issue. Anyways, let's take a little tour here. I landed the Cuddy, got the Constellation, filled it up, and landed it. That stops you from having to take the tram for selling, because you could just land a whole bunch of ships full of goods, then go and sell them. So here is the snub fighter in the back here. If you take the Taurus, I believe you have a little more cargo space. Here's the cargo area down here as well. But what you gain in cargo space, you lack with that snub fighter. So we are going to go into Lorville. We're going to go and sell this, and then we're going to be able to see how much profit I've made total over the weekend. I am filming this much later. I could have gotten all of these refinery jobs sold yesterday, which was still the weekend, but it is now late on Monday. I'm just doing these jobs. I'm going to do one more thing to end this video. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. And then I'm calling it a night. So this is not going to be put out Monday. It's going to be put out hopefully Tuesday. I'll have this all put out after work. But I just thought I would show you the end result of how much I made on the weekend from mining. I don't recall off the top of my head how much I started with. However, I'll put that up on the screen. I'll find it. I'll look through the older footage. I'll put that up on the screen when I'm selling. So you can see how much profit I made over the weekend mining the different goods with the Prospector. And then I got a little bit of a treat for you. So I'm gonna head to CBD. I'm gonna go and sell these last couple ships. We'll show how much we got left. I didn't fill up the Constellation. It doesn't have a full load. I didn't have enough to fill it up completely, but I think I've got about 40 something SEU in there, which isn't too bad, and about another 20 on the Cuddy. So we'll see how much we make total. And then one last thing, one little treat before I call this video and say goodbye. So we'll meet back in 1 second at the trade terminal. I've just sold the last of the Quantanium from the Cutlass. We're gonna go now to the Constellation, you can see here. Ooh, I'm gonna go to sell. There we go. Constellation. Well, how much do we have? 5,067 units of Quantanium. There we go. Almost $500,000. 445,896. Sell that. Got it. And there we go. We can look at our total now. Almost 3.5 million. 3.469 million. Not bad. Getting up there. Since I've been playing a ton, still able to make quite a bit of money. Interesting. The overlays, because they're screens, don't blur out like the rest of the background. Interesting. Anyways, that is it. That is our total. So I'll put a total. Here, I'll stop moving my camera around for a second. I'm going to put a total up on the screen here of what I started with when I started doing the Prospector mining and what I ended up with. So that is the profit I made over the weekend. And I wasn't grinding it out the whole weekend. I didn't play a ton, but Prospector mining currently, very easy to make a lot of money if you are lucky and finding good rocks. And so I was only really mining, for the most part, the bigger rocks. Anything over about 20% I tried to mine. Renting the Constellation definitely sped up the process because I was able to fit so much more in. I think I ended up with 7 or 8 refinery jobs, so we're almost like 30 or more SEU, 20, 30, 32 SEU, somewhere around those. 20 would be about the minimum. So I made a ton of money. Oh, I love the... I mean, it'll be good when they get like reflections, because the people will reflect here, but look at the lights. Beautiful. Reflections are going to be awesome when they're in. So I made a lot of money, as you can see. Made a lot of money mining, but we're going to do one more thing, a little bit of a bonus. So I'm going to get back here, I'm going to go get the cutlass, and I'm going to go to a bunker. And we are going to check out something when I loot the bunkers, because one of the comments in the channel told me something that is potentially really cool, and we're going to give it a test. So this is it, the end of the video. A little bit of a treat for anyone watching. If this works, either one of these things are going to be 2 things that I'm going to show in another video, but I thought I'd try them out. One is, people said that you can just kind of float here by the station. And by floating by the station, you're able to access local inventory without having to land on the landing pads. You have plenty of time, so let's try that out first. Local. Awesome. So that does work. So you're just flying around here. You can fly outside the station. I'm at Everest Harbor. Now I don't have to worry about how fast I'm going. Why is my door open? And so I can access local inventory. Awesome. I don't have to worry about being reclaimed or impounded, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to start dragging some stuff in here. Just so I don't forget, I picked up some stuff. I did another bunker mission. I wasn't going to do one, but this is to do with a comment from one of the people watching the videos. I can't remember his name. Gazlaw, I believe it was. Someone else said the exact same thing. So I thought, I'm going to try it out. I'm going to test it out. I'm going to see if what they said is true, because it's something I thought I had tried. I must have tried before. And I didn't think it worked. But they said you can loot a body quicker, even quicker, by dragging the undersuit. And if that's true, this is going to go into another video. If that is something actually possible to do, to drag, just instead of doing like where I do, you know, ammo first. Now, I'm going to do ammo first anyways, just because I don't want the ammo attached to the body. But then I go chest, armor, helmet, then undersuit, because I've never been able to take it off. But they say drag the whole thing over. Let's see if this works. Wow. Oh. For a split second there, split second, I thought that worked. Oh. 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 No, it's back on there. It's back on. Was really hoping I was wrong about that. I was really hoping that worked. Does not work. Does not. It does for a split second. See? And then it comes back. You know what? I'm going to try one more thing. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt that there might be a way to do that. Actually, I'm going to do two things. First things first, we're going to loot the body. I'm going to try to move it to the cutlass. Oh, I got some guns in there too. Oh, you see, for a split second, it all shows up and then disappears. It made sense it would work, because if I drag, let's go to this guy. If I drag this chest piece over to the vehicle, if I drag it over, the ammo goes too, doesn't it? Oh, why is that not working? Is there not enough room? Very confusing. I don't know why any of this isn't working. You know what? I'm going to revisit this. It seems like we're having a lot of wonkiness. Maybe it does work. Maybe it's just the server. Well, I'm gonna say this is inconclusive. If I'm doing something wrong, if this should work and it's not working, please tell me why. But see, if I drag this armor over, why is that not working? Gotta do each individual piece. Each individual piece. Now that works. So when something's on something, it's not working. Ooh, but it works. Alright. One last thing to try. I'm going to move my armor. Put it in local. Move my undersuit. Put it in local. Because I know I can put on a chest piece with ammo on it. So what happens if I do this? Wow! Okay, there we go. That worked. You cannot loot a body by dragging it over. But you can loot a body and put the entire armor on you by dragging it over. That works. That's cool. Okay, so we found out one thing. But not. Still can't do it from one inventory to another. But that's okay, because really, still, super fast. I mean, considering hopefully this stuff stays during the patch, I'm gonna be able to sell all this and make a bit of profit. Can't complain. But there we go. A new way to armor up if you have no... Ooh, why am I putting that in personal? Local. If you have no weapons and no armor, drop your undersuit and then quickly stick... Oh, I'm putting that in vehicles again. I'm being all weird. It's because I'm talking and doing this at the same time. Anyways, there you go. New way to loot. If you're wearing no gear, drag the undersuit of the person onto your body and you fully equip it. You cannot drag it to the local inventory. Even without armor on there, it's still not letting me do it. Or not armor, ammo I should say. It's still not letting me do it. But there we are. At least one way to do this a bit faster is if you need to put it on, you can drag a whole suit of armor onto you. That's kind of cool. So that's it. Mining has been good. I'm going to finish up with these guys. Head to sleep. Tomorrow morning I'll be heading to work, and when I get home I will get this out to you so you guys can see this and hopefully do a little bit more playing. Try a few more things out before 3.17, or maybe I got lucky and sold all my stuff just before the patch dropped. I don't know. I hear it's really stable now. I've been hearing a lot of things where it's been really unstable and really hard to log into, and I hear they've got that all fixed up. I hear frame rates have been awesome for people. I'm going to be really happy. I'm wondering if that means, ooh, does that mean Vulkan is in here? Maybe that's Vulkan making it a little bit smoother. Does someone know? If you know if Vulkan is part of the new patch, let me know, because that'll be kind of exciting. Very, very limited version of Quanta handling fuel, I believe, is going to be in the game. That'll be kind of cool. So until next time, I hope to see you soon in the verse. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.